As churches are getting back together, I'd love to hear, just like, what would you tell to people that have missed getting together and now that they're getting back together? Is there something you would want them to know or to think about? It sure feels like people are really like relishing worship a lot more now that they haven't had it. But as
Yeah.
like with your history as worship leadership and all that, like what would you, how would you encourage a church to carry that momentum?
Yeah. Um, I think what's really sweet is this whole pandemic has just made everything feel so raw. And
Mm,
there's something beautiful about just raw and real and authentic worship.
yeah,
And I think if anything, I just don't want us to lose that again. I don't want us to become familiar, too familiar. You know, God's presence is so good, but he loves holiness. He loves for us to bring him our everything. He loves for him to be the first thing that we seek. And so I think there's a beauty in what's happening right now as we get to come back together in
yeah,
small capacities. And yeah, I think I just don't want us to lose that. Like I want it to stay pure and stay sweet and stay it isn't something to take for granted, you
yeah,
know. I mean, I think about the priests who would be the only ones that were allowed to go into the Holy of Holies before Jesus died on the cross. And that was so sacred. And they had to go in with clean hands and pure hearts into the presence of God, or they would literally die.
hmm,
And we've been in these places where we've had to seek God by ourselves and go deeper by ourselves, or else we wouldn't get to be in his presence because we hadn't been able to meet in church.
yeah,
But now I just think about, Jesus tore the veil so that people could come boldly before his throne of grace. And that's what we get to do in church now. We get to come together and be in the Holy of Holies together with our, you
yeah,
know, like minded people. And it's like, I just want to keep it sacred.
yeah.
So, yeah.